This is the Battle of Richmond, Day 2 on Legendary difficulty. So I think it's a real good idea, particularly for grand battles, to look at the instructions, because a lot of times it'll tell you where the enemy is going to get reinforcements. So I already know where the enemy is going to get reinforcements, but that's just a good habit to get into if you don't know exactly how the game is programmed to play. And I'm looking to see specifically if the game's going to tell me where its reinforcements are going to come from. I don't think they do. I think they just give me an overview of the forts, which is fine. I mean, I know where the forts are by this time. But yeah, I'm kind of looking for him to tell me, like, right here, not only does my army come from here, but he gets reinforcements from here at a certain stage in the battle. And not only do my troops come in from the east, but he also gets reinforcements from the east at another point. So, yeah, just the standard rules of good security. He also gets reinforcements here at the southeast at another point. So, cover your flanks, and when you take a victory location, occupy it. But this is, that's good advice throughout the entire campaign. So part of my army is tired, and yeah, it's nice to look and see the army completely rebuilt, but some of the units are exhausted. And yeah, so I move almost everyone over to the left, and he has guys already there for me to kill, which is very thoughtful. So yeah, I'm going to detach skirmishers and send them forward and then hit him. Yeah, nice artillery target for my 20-pound parrots to pick on. And it's nice and tiny, and he's going to be hit with detached skirmishers, and I have some cav that can get in the game and play. Oh, there goes all of the artillery in the world, firing one great big volley. He did not like that at all. Oh, and his infantry's already shot to pieces before I even show up, so these must have been guys who were damaged in on the previous day. So there goes a whole bunch more artillery. Yeah, his artillery's already dead. So no reason to get excited. Just roll up all the killing power in the world and see how long this guy lasts. Oh, and I have a melee cav unit right there. Perfect. And he's down to 500. He's in the 400s. 430, less than 430. Yeah. Well, that's my best melee cav unit, so I'll get him out of there before I get the officer killed. And that unit is gone. So, yeah, that went well. So let's get the, let's not get too excited. Let's get the 20-pound parrots firing at his artillery. And again, that's got to be an artillery unit that was pretty battered from the previous day. And he's dead. So yeah, that worked out. I have an artillery, it's on the left side of the map, and the Union right, and he is not firing because he needs to recover condition. So, and I have a couple infantry that are not moving for the same reason. So everybody who can move is, and now that we have some space, I'll move Grant forward. Get him where he needs to be, get my cav on the flank. Yeah, the snipers aren't going to do anything up there. I thought they were going to get some shots on the enemy, but now that we're behind the enemy line, I'll move the sniper around. Oh, that little unit of 400 does not know that there are two cav units right to the rear as he's trying to run away. Yeah, get a nice 2-on-1 bonus. And my Spencers, the Spencers, you give them an order to charge and they'll stop and fire. It's just impossible to get those guys to charge. So they do fire fast though. They have this amazing fire rate. And the melee cav tore that guy up. So that's what they're supposed to do. Catch isolated units and kill them. That's exactly what they're supposed to do. So yeah, these guys are forming a extending the line. So we broke through his position. Place where I had good cover, punched through the line. Now we're just wrapping around his location. I would like very much, yeah, that was just taking a cheap shot with the Spencer carbine. What I'd like to do is get visibility on his artillery. I suspect he has one battery in the fort itself. It turns out he has two. There's good. I just found an artillery that my 20-pound Parrots can kill. He's under strength. And the guy that I was resting in the north is recovered, so he can pitch in too. And again, my corps commander is not where he needs to be. The line is just moving so quickly. Yeah, that 360 is facing the wrong way. I should get a free shot on him. Yep, and the Spencer killed him. There's another guy. He's 450. Oh, and I see his artillery, so stop playing around with the cav, which is just a good time. And let's get the 20-pound Parrots blasting away at this guy. Now, I think at this point, this is all the artillery he has. And if that's the case, this is going to be fairly easy. Turns out there's a really good battery on the other side, too. And instantly I lose visibility. So I wonder if it was the Spencer that gave me the visibility. I don't know. There's another unit dead. Be nice if Grant was giving a +10 cover bonus, but he's in the wrong place. Yeah, we're getting very, very nice shots on that guy in the water, but my infantry took way too many hits. I need to put my detached skirmishers to the front and make sure that when the guys in the fort fire out, it's going to hurt, but it's going to be a lot less painful if every time he shoots, he hits my detached skirmishers. He's going to do less damage, and yeah, it's going to be better overall. 20-pound Parrots are doing okay, but these forts are really good. Yeah, I want to get that guy to charge into the water. Come on, don't stop. Yeah, JF Browns are quietly sitting in nice cover and concealment and getting free shots. I'll take that all day too. He has 2 artillery, so this is going to be a little bit expensive, and I need to get all of my artillery up, and the 20-pound parrot, I would like to hit him with exploding shell. I think I can get in range. The detached skirmishers are going to take some losses, but all of this combined artillery, if I can get it close enough, should be decisive. So I decided to cross the river a bit further south because his one battery is targeting my infantry. I don't really want to, he's going to do extra damage when I'm in the water. So getting my infantry as far south as possible to cross is a good way to keep losses down. On the other hand, I would like to encourage him to charge into the water. That would be great. Yeah, he's partially in the water there, so I want to hit him with as many things as I can hit him with because he's just extra vulnerable. That was a surprise. Something hit his guy in the fort, and that unit routed. That was a bit of a surprise. I thought I was going to have to blast away at him for quite a while before that happened. So, yeah, in fact, 2 of his infantry have routed. So, rush up with detached skirmishers to take the shock. And look, I got a whole bunch of reinforcements. So I give them orders off camera, and everybody's moving forward. And you can see the red bar is very tiny. I expected the enemy to have a lot more than that. Yeah, the detached skirmishers got some payback on that artillery. So now it's just a question of making that enemy artillery unit rout. The rest of these guys are doomed. Yeah, he's still just doing just crazy damage with that artillery unit, and finally he routs. So yeah, we've got it now. And I have the 24-pound howitzers up. So yeah, we're in very, very good shape right now. Get the melee cap up in case this becomes a melee fight. I'd rather not. Yeah, there's some very good chance that that infantry unit will get caught in melee. I don't really want that to happen. Put a detached skirmisher in the fort. That'll work out just fine. Then have the infantry fall back. Yeah, get my guy out of there. That'll be good. Everybody else is moving forward. When I get to the wood line, he very cleverly decided to charge with artillery. So yeah, that worked out great. I have this melee unit that has nothing to do except just run through the enemy and do as much damage as possible. Meanwhile, I can tell all my detached skirmishers to just go ahead and rejoin the parent unit. Yeah, I'm trying to get units into melee with this last little guy who just refuses to die. Yep, there he goes. Okay, finally he dies. So, yeah, 3 artillery units that were just feeling very suicidal. So, great big blue bar and little tiny red bar. And the fort we just took, I'm going to put, I think I have 2 units that I leave behind. I also have a couple of units that are tired, so I need to rest them. This next fort is not too terribly hard, but then there's the solid star fort all the way to the south, and that guy is always tough. Um, so yeah, the fort we just took was costly, but not that doable. You can take that fort. This one is also just, systematically attack it, get behind it. It's going to fall. And yeah, but then there's the final fort, and the final fort is the big challenge. Yeah, using detached skirmishers is time consuming, but it's a really good way to soften up the position and then trying to take a look where the enemy is firing and hopefully not get pass-through damage on my 24 pounders. Yeah, even the detached skirmishers can't stand there and just take an infinite number of hits. They're going to rout. But then you just merge them back in with your unit. I mean, taking these forts is just costly. But already one of his units is shattered. I think that's his infantry unit just shattered. Um, yeah, an artillery unit all by its lonesome, he can't hold up to an advance with infantry and artillery. The 24-pound howitzers hit him. My infantry is closing in. Um, yeah, make sure everybody's targeting the guy who's not routing, and now that guy's routing and he's out of position. So these 2 guys are, yeah, that was pretty easy. I was planning on a big attack with melee cav, and yeah, that fort fell much sooner than I thought it would. So yeah, he's already blasted my. I had some detached skirmishers on the right side of the map um, that kind of got close to him, I guess, and he already blasted the tar out of them, and they routed. But it's cheaper than him facing my infantry. So I need to get my artillery moving south because I know there's a counterattack from the north. And I'm going to pick a unit or 2 to occupy the fort in the center. Then everybody else just needs to move south. And I don't have to take it this phase. I'm pretty sure this goes back and forth a couple times. But there's no reason not to take it and then, just get on with it. I probably could have softened this fort up a bit longer, but, you know, my entire army, once it gets to this location, Richmond itself is just to the south. So what I'm thinking is, man, when my guys get here, I'm not going to fiddle around. We're just going to charge with all 115,000 men are just going to fix bayonets and charge into this fort and take this guy out. And then we're going to go to, and Richmond itself is just, is not that hard. He's going to charge into, my army and die. That's pretty much it. So once all these guys show up, yeah, getting my cav in position to charge, getting my infantry in position to charge. It looks like his artillery is taking every volley that I send into him from anything is killing like one man. So I have to hit him with 400 volleys just to kill one battery. Yeah, this is pretty one-sided. So we're going to just send everybody forward. We need to hold the fort to the rear with somebody. So that's an all-new, yeah, some of those are green units, I think, of 10-pound parrots. And I'm pretty sure those are the guys that have a perk because I think, um, because I took the time to give Grant, put Grant in each one of the units before the battle, and then I gave them like a lieutenant colonel, I think. And yeah, but looking at them now, I think most of them have a unit perk. I think, do they? Some of them do. A couple of them have unit perks. So my entire army was built at Cold Harbor. It wasn't 2,000 strong, but it was built, and every unit had a unit perk also at that time. And but then right before Cold Harbor, I built some green units that did not get a chance to fight at all. And one of the things I wanted to do at Cold Harbor was get it's like a division and a half of 10-pound parrots. I wanted to get them their unit perk, but I couldn't, the battle ended. So, yeah, they're coming in green, but that's okay. They're going to do fine. Yeah, it's a tiny unit in there, and that's a lot of. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 detached skirmishers firing at this guy. An hour and 30 minutes. This is, yeah, not going to be a problem. Yeah, there's nothing on the enemy right, so I might as well just go ahead and send my infantry up on the hill behind the enemy position. And since there's a guaranteed breakthrough there, I could probably go around to the Confederate left as well, but I see there's a hole there, so I'm just going to slide everybody behind the enemy line. Come up behind both of his forts. Yeah, might as well send my cav over there too. So yeah, the movement up that's uphill over awful terrain, so it's very slow moving, and but my sniper takes a shot on him and he's dead. So that worked out really well. JF Browns really do a good job. So now I just need to get everybody up on the plateau, up the hill, and yeah, we'll be in good shape for the next phase. We have an hour and 14 minutes. Meanwhile, the 10-pound parrots are doing okay. Not doing great, but doing okay. Looks like some of them aren't firing. I don't know why. So I have a whole bunch of skirmishers and dismounted cav. I'm taking my cav up here onto the plateau and then dismounting them. They take a lot. The losses are a lot lighter if you do that. Yeah, I shouldn't stop the 24-pound howitzer there. Artillery on any kind of ground that's not level will very quickly get exhausted. Also, he's firing uphill, so that's not good. So yeah, I should have taken the time to get him to the top of the hill. Yeah, the 10-pound parrots have done a job on the artillery unit that's forward. And I guess that was my dismounted cav that got that guy to, got that cav that got the artillery unit, the one to the north, to break. I need to break the one in the south. He broke. That's great. The melee unit did not break the infantry. Yeah, those two infantry units are holding out. But yeah, we're gonna have a whole bunch of my infantry there in a second, and it's gonna be 2-on-1, and it's gonna be very academic. Yeah, I really should have had my commander up here supporting this attack. I did not do good. I did not do a good job managing my commander here, and that's about the third time I've done that. So yeah, something to focus on for next campaign. Smaller battles, I do fine managing the commander and the artillery and the supply wagon, but I did not do quite as well because there were more units, I guess, and harder to manage. So yeah, things you learn in the video. So 29 minutes. Hopefully I can kill these guys before the phase ends. Although about 100,000 men are going to come down on top of them after that the last fort falls. And we grab the supply wagon. That's great. Yeah, 9 in-game minutes. I don't think we're going to kill these two guys. Because I think this ends if you have the flags, I think. Yeah, one of the things I don't want to do, I don't want to take the flag though, the Richmond flag. The reason I don't want to take it is that instantly triggers the reinforcement, the counterattack. So I would rather not do that. So I don't want to trigger the counterattack until, the pretty much the last minute. So he's supposed to get counterattacking troops from the north, but that's okay. I have plenty of guys occupying the two forts, and there's no way his tiny little army is. I don't even think they come in, but there's no way that he could come in with a force large enough to take those forts back. So I decided to just put an end to this and charge, and because I think we have plenty here. And that was weird. I don't know why that ended. So he gets a counterattacking force here, and I think one a little bit to the north also. Supposed to be a cav force. And usually he gets an artillery and a cav unit come in. So we'll see. So I ordered all the 10-pound parrots to move up to the top of the hill. And of course, we're getting ready for the counterattack at Richmond. So and yeah, I really don't want to trip the flag. So and yeah, I noticed my infantry is always tired at this point because we've had to fight uphill and into forts. So the biggest thing is just to rest the army for a while so they recover some condition, and then the counterattack is doomed. Okay, and I held the fort, so yeah, I guess the timer counted down, and yeah, I didn't shorten that or edit it. It just, that's the end of that phase. It's just in and out. So it must have been because I had the flags. And it must not have cared because I think it's going to trigger the counterattack anyway. And yeah, this big mass of troops, this is just ugly, but it works. Put an end to this nonsense, and we're just going to kill all these guys. Looks like there's about 4,000 in there and some artillery, and they're all just going to die. So So yeah, even the troops in the south can pitch in. And to my surprise, yeah, he launches the counterattack. I didn't take the flag. Usually, a major general, I was pretty sure that I actually took the flag to trigger the counterattack. So I'm a little bit surprised. And he's charging in with 1,800 men, full strength. I think that's scaled to my army, because the enemy recalculates scaling every time there's a bunch of troops that come in, I think. So yeah, he comes charging in, and I hit him with snipers and dismounted cav and artillery, and yeah, he thinks better of it. So I'm putting my Burnside forward because I think there are more troops coming in from the flank, but apparently the only thing that's coming in to attack is that supply wagon. So I guess I'll go capture that guy. These guys just need to hold. Um, yeah, this is the force then to the south. Yeah, total mismanagement of my commander, who, when I moved the corps forward, didn't bring the commander in. That's embarrassing. That's just awful. So I think I'll stay on the observation point. I think that's all there is. I don't think there's anything else. So his artillery is going to come in, and I have all those 10-pound parrots that can deal with him. And I have some infantry over there, and the forts are all occupied. He has no chance of taking those. 3 hours and 27 minutes. So trying to issue orders to get everybody to move forward. Mounted up my cav. Just have them positioned in case he makes some kind of an attack on the flank. All the artillery in the world will now open up on this guy. We'll see how long he lasts. 5, 4, 3, 2. No, didn't even make it 5 seconds. So yeah, all those guys can reach. Go ahead. All you guys fire at him. So yeah, dismounted cav firing at the guy in the water. That's only going to end badly for him. And I put some mounted cav on the other side of the river, and I'm going to bring them around. But I don't think this artillery is going to last very long. In come all the 10-pound parrots, and he's down to 140, 120, 100, and gone. And maybe we'll attack the commander and all the 10-pound parrots in the world, and he's gone. So yeah, 10-pound parrots had a good day. Dismounted cav, gonna catch this guy in the water. That should go very well. I have 3 units coming in behind him to make sure he dies. And he's down to 450. Is he going to survive long enough for my other 3 cav to get into the battle? And my 3 cav, no, he's dead. They don't even get to attack. He's dead. So it's actually a good thing I go and kill these guys. There's a good reason to kill them. Believe it or not, it works out amazingly well. I had a feeling this was going to happen. What does happen? And might not have happened if things had not gone quite as well as they do right here. So, yes. So anyway, because I put numbers into my army, the game says I lost like 6,000. That's not true. So, yeah, I'm guessing I got 5.5 to 1. The enemy had 100,000 men. I took at least 12, about 20,000 casualties, less medicine. So 16,000 casualties, I'm guessing. Um, yeah, yeah, he came in with 100,000, and he always comes in with more than he shows you on the first screen. Units did really well. I had some units did, something like 80% of the fighting. Um, one unit got 3,200 kills. So yeah, these guys you can see 63s, 61s got a lot of kills. They did most of the fighting. And then, when you get into the Harper's Ferries and the 55s and the infields, they just didn't do much fighting. So I had them there, but they just didn't do very much. And yeah, I guess they showed up for the melee combat. JF Brown's got 1,000. Second JF Brown's got 1,000. The Burnsides and Sharps, these guys are actually Cav. They did fine. Um, it, depending on how much they got to fight, they didn't get to do very much. Um, yeah, artillery. No surprise, the 20-pound Parrot is the ruling king of the end game. Somewhere mid game, the 24 howitzer is replaced by the 20-pound Parrot, mainly because you're on offense and the 20-pound Parrot just excels in offensive battles. It just has great reach. And Whitworth did fine, not great, but did the job it was supposed to do. The 10-pound Parrots. Looks like they got pretty lousy kills, but they did it. They did okay. They killed what they were supposed to kill. The Lamott's got almost 1,000 kills. The Spencer carbine is a very good weapon, and it did well. The second Spencer carbine unit only got 400 kills, but I don't think it got to play very much. I think that's the big thing. Most of these units just aren't going to get to play very much. Whole bunch of officers got promoted. All the guys, yeah, the 10-pound Parrots all had majors in command. They all got promotions. 2,300 Fayettevilles. Yeah, I thought with the perk that lowered the level of the enemy armory that wouldn't happen, but no, bunch of Fayettevilles. Um, his cav had Lamotte. Yeah, he was well equipped. So let's see, what else did I capture? I think he had CS Richmonds, and I think he had some Tyler Texases. I think if I remember correctly. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll give you the campaign results in the next video.